Today we're going to look at both the message and the medium of videos on YouTube. There is much debate at the moment on the content of YouTube videos and backlash against some content containing AI-generated images or video, calling it AI slop and accusing it of containing no human creativity. Before we delve into that, I'd like to look back to see how we got here. Many of us, growing up as children, played with toys. These, of course, weren't the real thing. They were generally safe representations of the real thing. Hammers, chisels and saws were designed to let us play at being builders without hurting ourselves or other children in the process of learning. My father introduced me to wargaming, fighting battles with troops across terrain, using game rules. Of course, these were not computer games, but rather fought with model soldiers, plastic tanks, and artillery. Half the fun was creating the terrain, painting the soldiers, and learning the rules by which the game was played. Using these rules, I could refight the Battle of Waterloo, or the Peninsular War, albeit on a much reduced scale. I could stage fights between Greek armies during the Peloponnesian Wars, or refight the Battle of Sekigahara. While these were all very entertaining, they were, of course, simulations, approximations of reality. I had no experience of firing muskets, loosing arrows, or even holding a Spartan shield. But they did teach me a lot about the strategy and tactics used during such battles, and fostered an interest in historical conflict. Moving forward in time, I started playing computer games. As well as imbibing on many strategy games, I turned my attention to hand-to-hand conflict simulations, where strategic wiggling of the joystick could make your character do what at times appeared to be defying both human and gravitational physics. But it was, nonetheless, quite entertaining. It did not, of course, make me a skilled hand-to-hand combat expert. So over the years, these types of simulations have become more complex and visually realistic. Car racing games are now visually so close to watching real-life car racing that it can be hard to tell them apart. So, have we lost the human imagination and creativity that went into all these activities with the rise of artificial intelligence-generated images and videos? It's worth considering that current AI systems don't create original work. In reality, they gather their text and image data from many sources of human-generated content. A vast amount of data is fed into these systems and broken down into what I'm going to call ingredients. And when you prompt one of these systems for an image, it builds it up from these ingredients. So the content that many label as AI slop is a composite of the work of many, many humans. Is this plagiarism? Plagiarism is defined as the act of presenting another person's ideas, words, or creative work as your own without proper acknowledgement or attribution. We're into a grey area here. Technically, yes, as AI didn't develop these ideas or work on its own. But to be picky, it's more nuanced, as the AI isn't copying a single human's work in its entirety. It's more that AI drew out ingredients from a vast number of human contributions to prepare this particular piece of work. So are we too guilty of such an approach to our own creative work? You only have to look at music and the many court cases that have occurred between musicians claiming that another artist has copied part of their original music. What musicians and the rest of us create isn't created in a vacuum. We pick up influences from everywhere throughout our lives. We see the ingredients all around us and choose to combine them in a huge variety of ways. Even Albert Einstein, someone heralded as being the pinnacle of creative thinking, drew inspiration from many scientists that came before him in creating his work on special relativity and general relativity. He too made use of many ingredients and added his own to produce something quite exceptional. So when looking at work that has used AI to assist, either with graphics or video, try to look beyond the medium and examine the message that is being presented. You may find some interesting ingredients that you too can use or build upon to create your own original ideas. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching today's video. Please feel free to click on the link in the description below to discover more videos.